much as we encourage our youth in Africa to take their rightful place and take leadership in matters, investment, in business, in ICT, in leadership, it is not possible if those of us who have been given an opportunity to lead do not create the right political stability and environment to allow them to prevail. It is for that reason that I want to take this opportunity to salute the President of Rwanda for the political stability that you have established in this great country. Those of us who are students of political science and history know the journey that you have gone through in terms of redeeming this country from ethnicity to creating very serious political stability, and you have now engaged on a serious economic transformation of this great republic. And we urge all the leaders of Africa to give our young people space to take their rightful role. Let us create political and economic stability to create the right environment for our young people. With those very many remarks, Mr. President, I have been asked by my president and the young people of Kenya to request with humility for you to consider giving the young people of Kenya the opportunity to host Youth Connekt next year. If that request is granted, in anticipation, I welcome you to the great city of Nairobi and to the Kenyan nation, where people are very hospitable and where we have abundance of Africa's widest wildlife species that you can come and have a look. You have the energy, you have the motivation. All that remains is for you to occupy your space and do what must be done. In my country, Kenya, we told our young people to take over leadership in all spheres of life. In the last election that we held on the 9th of December, our National Assembly has 349 members. Young people of your age went to the elections, traveled around the country, sold the youth agenda, convinced the people of Kenya that they have what it takes to lead them, to change their ways of life, to improve their quality of life. And the people of Kenya were so persuaded. And in the elections of the 9th of August, the people of Kenya indicated in a very strong statement their faith and belief in the young people. And 33% of all the members of the National Assembly elected are below the age of 35 years. The Kenyan National Assembly is in the hands of the young people. It's up to them now to set the youth agenda. It's up to them now to push for what the youth of that country want. I'm challenging you, the youth of Africa. When you go back home, take leadership positions in your countries. Get into government. Get into your parliament. Push the youth agenda from inside. I want to challenge the youth of Africa. Take your rightful place in the decision-making table. Where all decisions are made, let the youth be represented, and in a very big way, so that your voice can be loud and your voice can count. We want to tell our young people that the people of this continent, especially the elder population, is in your hands. You have what it takes to take this continent to the next level. And granted, age is on your side. You have the energy, you have the passion, you have the zeal, and most importantly, you have the brains that we need to turn around this continent. We want to urge the youth of Africa to take your rightful role and dictate the path of development in this continent that was in a derogatory manner referred many decades ago as a sleeping giant. Fate has conspired to challenge you to take leadership, to show the way forward, to change the way things have been done traditionally. This is a creative age. This is a tech age. This is a creative age. This is the innovative age. The leaders of this age are the young people of Africa. And please, don't shy away from responsibility. Don't shy away from responsibility. This continent depends on you. You have the ideas.
We must also do our part to recognize that young people are equal partners in our development agenda. We know you have ideas on how to trade more effectively, build stronger health systems, combat climate change, reduce inequality, and much more. We therefore have a duty to listen to you, work with you. Allow me to leave you with this piece of advice. Hard work, even if it is smart work as well, without purpose is not fulfilling. Therefore, we must also bear in mind the purpose, who we are, what we want to be, where we want to go, and all that driven in our minds by having a purpose. With that purpose, you can add a little bit of discipline. Discipline guides us, measures, and lets us know the excesses we have to deal with, whether personally or at the level of society. It has already been 10 years since this important forum was launched right here in Rwanda. Youth Connekt has become a powerhouse bringing together thousands of young people every year to contribute solutions and learn from each other. I thank all partners and friends for being part of this journey from the beginning, with particular recognition of the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, and the Korea International Cooperation Agency, KOICA. A big thank you goes to every young person in this room. With your insights and innovations, you are leading the way for a more resilient Africa. Youth Connekt helps us to tell these success stories, get to know each other better, and build solidarity. Africa is not a continent of problems, not at all. Yes, there are problems, but where don't you find problems? The world over, there are problems. So we have to deal with our own problems, but we are not a continent of problems.
Young people are on the front lines of the socio-economic challenges that bedevil our nations, whether it's unemployment, access to capital, climate change, food security, or exclusion. That is why I find the theme, accelerating investments in youth, resilient youth, resilient Africa, an honest expression of what our collective desire for growth and prosperity demands from us, an investment in our young people. This is especially critical because the youth are the majority in Africa and in my own country, Kenya. It is vital to strategically acknowledge this majority. The use of the word investment signals some kind of return, and for most of us in this room, we talk endlessly about demographic dividend. There are two key points that I fear get lost in a conversation about this great prosperity that we love to call the demographic dividend. As every entrepreneur knows, the decisive point in any venture is the work that happens between investment and return. By this I mean to propose that we must bring a working attitude to investing in young people. The investment that we make is one not just in currency but in sweat, tenacity, and unrelenting effort across the private and public sector. What we do today will not be enough. We must come back tomorrow and work harder.